Chapter 3. High Glass. Glass exploded. For a heartbeat, I was weightless. Rain, neon, and wind tearing past me as the city opened its mouth below. The tower vanished behind me, light stretching into long vertical scars like the world had been dragged downward with a blade. Then gravity remembered me. The sky rushed up, black. Engines screamed. My hands locked around the steering wheel and Eidolon City tearing past the windshield. Rain hammered the glass hard enough to feel personal, each drop a small accusation. Neon smeared into colorless streaks as the car bucked beneath me, suspension whining like it was begging to be put down. Halo Nix sat in the passenger seat. Calm, centered, knife resting against her thigh like it was part of her anatomy, not a tool. Her gaze never stopped moving, mirrors, angles, reflections. She watched the city the way surgeons watch skin before the cut. "Left," she said. No urgency, no panic, just information. I turned hard. The car fought me, tires shrieking before they caught, hydroplaned for half a second, then snapped back into obedience. Something heavy slammed into the space behind us, not metal. Air pressure, a shock wave that rattled my teeth. Drones, corporate grade. Silent enough that you felt them before you heard them. "They're not trying to stop us," I said. Halo didn't look at me. "No." Another turn. Too tight, too fast. The shard pressed against my ribs beneath my coat, warm now. Not hot, alive, like it was paying attention. "They're steering," she finished, "toward the tower, Vantacore." It rose ahead of us through the rain like a blade driven into the city's spine. All glass, all vertical certainty. The kind of building that didn't need signage because everyone already knew who owned the sky. The shard pulsed once. Not a command, a reminder. Traffic dissolved into panic as we dropped into the lower levels. Stacked concrete, rusted supports, shadows thick with exhaust and desperation. Street vendors scattered. A transport bus jackknifed ahead of us, horns screaming as drones slid through the air above, adjusting angles with predatory patience. A barricade unfolded ahead. Black steel blooming from the street like a mechanical flower, clean, precise. Too fast to be municipal. I didn't slow. Halo finally looked at me, not surprised, measuring. "Hold on," I said. She didn't grab anything. We hit the barricade sideways. Metal screamed. Sparks detonated across the hood, orange and violent. The car spun, kissed a wall, then straightened like it had made peace with dying later. One drone clipped our rear quarter panel and detonated against the concrete, washing the street in white light and sound that punched the breath out of my chest. The car kept moving. I laughed once. It came out wrong. "You okay?" I asked. Halo checked the knife at her thigh. "Drive." The tower filled the windshield now, glass disappearing into cloud. Its lower floors glowed sterile white, like a promise no one had asked for. "They want us inside," she said. "I know." The shard pulsed again, harder, not pulling. Insisting. The first floor shattered around us. Marble, glass, and corporate theater detonated as we tore through the lobby. Decorative fountains burst, security kiosks folded like paper, alarms screamed in overlapping pitches designed to induce compliance, not safety. Bodies scattered. I smelled smoke before we stopped moving. The car died sideways against a shattered column, hood steaming, engine ticking like it was counting down to something worse. We were already out before the alarms found a rhythm. Upward, service stairs, emergency corridors, doors that should have stayed locked sliding open as we approached, recognizing something they didn't have clearance for. The shard wasn't guiding me anymore. It was pulling. The climb was wrong. The lower floors had noise, panicked voices, boots, distant gunfire. But the higher we went, the quieter the building became. No shouts, no alarms, just clean lines, cold air, and the low hum of systems that never slept. Vantacore wasn't evacuating. It was isolating. We passed a floor of offices frozen midday, chairs pushed back, coffee still warm in ceramic mugs bearing the company logo. A wall display looped a corporate mantra on mute. Progress is safety. Halo slowed. This floor should be empty, she said. It is, I replied. That's not what I meant. The shard pulsed, the lights flickered, not off, not on, hesitating. We moved on. Higher. The glass walls grew thicker. The view widened until the city felt unreal, a living circuit board drowning under rain. I caught my reflection once, face half lit, jaw clenched, eyes too focused. Haunted childhood, abusive father. Lessons learned early and often. Keep moving, keep quiet, never give the world a clean shot. The shard warmed against my ribs like it approved. Another floor. This one wasn't offices. It was a shrine. Clean white walls, polished stone. A single pedestal in the center bearing a glass case. Inside it, nothing. Just empty space, shaped like something important had been removed recently. Halo stopped dead. They were studying it, she said. Not a question. Studying what? I asked. She looked at me, really looked. You, she said. The word landed heavier than it should have. We didn't stay. The doors ahead slid open without a sound. The air changed, thinner, colder, like the building was holding its breath. The office beyond was wide and lined with glass. No furniture, no screens, just open space and the storm raging outside, rain streaking down the windows in violent vertical lines. He was waiting, tall enough to make the room feel smaller, heavy in a way that wasn't lazy, mass built deliberately, reinforced by purpose. One arm was wrong, thick with machinery hidden under synthetic skin. One eye glowed faintly, adjusting focus in real time. He didn't move when we entered, didn't raise a weapon, didn't acknowledge the alarm still screaming somewhere far below. He looked at Halo, then at me. Leave, he said. Not a threat. An offer. Halo's fingers tightened once around the knife. I stepped forward. The shard pulsed sharply. Warning. He moved. Too fast for his size. The room tilted. Something struck my chest like a battering ram. Pain flared white-hot as my back hit the window. For a fraction of a second, I thought the glass would hold. Then there was nothing behind me. The window screamed as it gave way. Wind tore the breath from my lungs. Rain hit like needles. The city yawned wide below, neon veins pulsing as gravity took full possession of me. As I fell, time did something strange. It stretched. I saw the office shrink above me, the villain already turning away, unconcerned, Halo rushing forward, mouth open in a sound I couldn't hear. And higher, on the roof above the shattered window, I saw him, still, silent. A dark figure against the storm, full mask, black suit clinging to a body built for violence, katana resting across his back like a promise. Watching, not chasing, not helping, just observing. Sable Kenshi. The myth. The guardian. The line the city whispered about when violence crossed into something worse. Then the rain swallowed my vision, and the city went dark. I woke to wind and fire. The wind howled past my ears. My coat snapped and twisted. The shard burned against my ribs, heat spreading outward like it was trying to anchor me to reality. Not yet, it seemed to say. The world lurched. Something hard slammed into my shoulder. Pain exploded. Real pain. Honest pain. Glass. I hit a lower awning, then another, then rolled, bones scream in protest as momentum tore pieces off me, one collision at a time. The city didn't want me dead. It wanted me somewhere else. I finally crashed through a maintenance skylight and into darkness, concrete, cold, stillness. I lay there gasping, rainwater pooling beneath me, vision flickering like a failing screen. My shoulders screamed. My ribs felt wrong. My head rang with the ghost of the fall. The shard pulsed once, gentler now, like reassurance. Footsteps echoed above, not running, measured. Halo dropped into view, landing light, controlled. She knelt beside me, hands already moving, checking damage with clinical precision. "Don't move," she said. I laughed weakly. Wasn't planning on it. Her jaw tightened. "You fell 30 floors. "High glass," I muttered. She almost smiled. Almost. Sirens wailed far above us. Drones screamed overhead, confused, recalculating. Halo met my eyes. "They let you fall," she said. "On purpose." "Why?" Her gaze flicked upward, then back to me. "Because now you're bait." The shard pulsed again. Somewhere deep in the tower, something answered, and above it all, far above glass, steel, and rain, a silent watcher remained on the roof, sword untouched, judgment unspoken. Waiting.